Yo, what is on, guys? Rank here. Hope you guys are having an amazing day so far. Today we are back in the streets of Solana, and in today's video I'll be bringing you guys my guide to flipping Solana NFTs. I've been getting a lot of these questions in the comments down below, as well as my Twitter DM, so I was like, hey, why not make a video on it if this many people are asking for it? But again, this is not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. This is just how I personally flip Solana NFTs. A lot of people have their own strategies that they use. There's not one set way to flip NFTs and to be successful in this space. And obviously, please take what I say with a grain of salt, because just because it works for me, it's not guaranteed to work for you. And if you guys want to see a video of how I determine what projects are good holds, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you smash that like button. But without further ado, let's get into my NFT flipping guide.
It's about damn time.
All right, so first let's get into what I look for when it comes to flipping an NFT project. The first thing I do when I find an NFT project that I think is worth looking into, I go straight to their Twitter. The first thing I want to look at is their following. As you see, we're using Tombstone High Society as an example. You guys already know how I feel about this project. And as you see, Tombstone High Society has 13.8k followers, which is a really good sign when it comes to these Solana projects. The next thing I do is scroll through their tweets, just kind of see what they have going on. And I really like to check their engagement on each tweet. And you want to make sure that you're not just looking at the pinned tweet. You want to look at each tweet they post, just because 99% of the time their pinned tweet is going to have the most engagement. So as you see, 636 likes with over 180 retweets is not too bad at all. As you see, most of their personal tweets, not retweets, are getting over 100 likes, which is a good sign. You also want to make sure there is some variation between the retweets, likes, and comments, because some projects will fake their engagement and fake their followers as well. So that's something you do want to be careful about.
You're such a con artist.
So honestly, something I also kind of forgot to mention is honestly looking at their art, because if you think the project's artwork stands out and looks good, 99% of the time a majority of people are thinking the same thing as you. Because if the project's artwork is completely dog water, who's really going to want to buy it unless they have some insane utility? So after you determine that the project has good artwork, a good Twitter following, and good engagement, the next thing you want to look at is their supply. And I see Tombstone High Society has a very high supply with 6,666. Majority of the time I would not mint a project for a quick flip with this high of a supply, but based off their following, as well as their engagement, as well as all the promotion they've been getting on NFT YouTube, I do think that these will still sell out in a timely manner. But say that there was a different project to have a 6,666 supply with only 1,000 followers getting like 40 likes a tweet, then I would definitely recommend staying away from that mint for a quick flip, because there are a lot of great projects within the NFT space, but there's a lot of crappy ones as well. So you honestly just want to make sure that the demand is there to sell out that supply. But I will tell you guys right now, do not go along minting every project you see that has somewhat decent artwork. Even if you think the project has the hype and engagement that it needs, man, it still is really risky minting projects like every day or every other day. Just because, like I said earlier, there are a lot of BS projects in this space which you have to look out for. Because if you're minting projects every day or every other day, I'm telling you, you will take some wins. Yeah, it may look good, but at the same time, you're going to be taking a lot of L's that aren't really necessary to take. It's because I'm sure all you guys know in the streets of Solana that paper hands are ruthless.
Correct. Absolutely 100% factual.
They will mint a project for 2 SOL, and 5 minutes after it hits secondary, they'll sell it for 1.
What an idiot. Oh, what a loser.
I swear some people in the space just love losing money. So after going through their Twitter and socials and you like what you see, next you're going to go into their Discord if it's open. Unfortunately, Tombstone High Society is still playing with me and didn't invite me to the Discord, but you know, it's whatever. In this case, I'm going to use this project that I have whitelist for goofies. I do recommend looking at how many people they have in their Discord versus how many they have online. I'll say if a project's around 15 to 20% people online, that it is decently active and it's not filled with bots. And in their Discord, you'll definitely want to look at the roadmap as well as their website. Things that I specifically look for in roadmaps is honestly staking, and not just any staking, because honestly every project at this point is dropping some sort of staking. You're going to want to make sure that the project's token is backed by a solid liquidity pool. A liquidity pool just honestly gives the token real life value, being backed by USDC or Solana or anything like that. I also look for any tools that could be really helpful in the community, whether it comes to sniping, if it's a minting bot, anything like that. Those tend to do well as well. Those are probably the 2 things I look for the most. You can also look for like breeding, another collection, or mutations. Another thing you're going to look at is the dev team. Are they constantly working? Are they active in the community? I would honestly say when you're looking to invest in a project, you want the dev team to be making announcements pretty much multiple times a day. But again, that's just me personally. All right, I was moving on to the next segment, but I just saw one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Like, the floor for this project is 1.2. If you know, you know. Shout out Rank the Paper Hand.
I'm a clown.
down.
But the floor is 1.2 and this guy's listing it for 0.97. Like, bro, what are you doing? But anyways, what I wanted to talk about next was making flips on secondary. There's a few things that I really look out for. I'm looking at the average sale price in the last 24 hours, the current floor price, the total listed count, and then as well as the activity. The average sale price in the last 24 hours will kind of tell you if the project's in the middle of a pump or a dump. As you see, the average sale price was 1.02 and the floor price is currently 1.2. So that means they're kind of pumping right now. So next thing I want to look at is activity. I break up my flips into two different types of flips. It's either a quick flip or a mid flip. A quick flip to me is any project I'm holding for 1 minute to 24 hours. But say I'm looking to invest in a project and get out ASAP, man, I'm definitely wanting the buy times to be a lot shorter than this. I would say I would want the whole first page to be under 5 minutes, if even that. But a little sneak peek in the next 1 to 10 Solana challenge. I am holding under Apes for a little mid hold, a little bit longer than 24 hours, but I definitely believe in the project as well as developers, man. Stay tuned for that. But like I said, I wasn't looking for a super quick flip on these undead apes, so for a midterm hold, this is not bad at all. The most recent sale was like a few hours ago, then I'd probably be a little bit worried, but no, 21 minutes ago is not bad at all. Another thing you're really going to want to look at is the total listed count. So looking at this project, they have 263 listed out of a 2,500 supply. So if you do the math, that is 9.5% listed, and that is very, very good. When I'm flipping projects, I tend to only invest into projects that have around that 15% listed, maybe even 20%, just depends on the project. Honestly, the main question I'm getting is how I'm finding all these smaller projects that are pumping. And in all honesty, it's really simple. You just want to stay active on Twitter, stay active on Discord, man. If you're in any alpha chats or DAOs, really stay active in those. You definitely just have to put in the work and time to do your own research. Another thing that I want to mention that causes me to invest or not is how thick the floor is. So scrolling through Undead Apes, as you see, it goes from 0.97 to 1.1 to 1.2. So in all honesty, buying that 0.97 right now would be a very good idea because you could instantly list it for probably 1.2 to 1.3 and it would probably sell relatively fast. But yeah, scrolling through, as you see, the floor is somewhat thin, man. As you see, it goes from 1.2 right here to 1.3 a couple rows down, and then it goes to 1.4, and that 1.4 wall is a little thick, but you definitely just want to keep an eye out for that. As you see, since the current floor price is 1 SOL, say that there was a wall of like 30 listings at 1.15, I would most likely not buy into this project. It's because that wall is really thick. It's going to take a lot of buys to get through it. But in all honesty, you guys just really have to do your own research and make sure you're not chasing these pumps, because if you're just chasing these pumps, man, you're going to buy at the wrong time. You're going to buy too high and you're just going to get dumped on. Trust me, it's happened to me, guys. Just don't FOMO into a project just because you see it pumping, because you never know. One person listed for under that floor price, and then 30 people are going to undercut to try to be the lowest listing. All right, guys, I know that was probably a lot to take in. I'm sorry if I was all over the place. I didn't really have any notes down. I was kind of just talking off the top of my head. But for those who have been asking in my comments and my DMs, I hope that this helped you at least a little bit, because like I said, this is just my personal strategy. Again, every other YouTuber or any other person in the NFT space is going to have their own strategy and what they look for into projects. But honestly, this is what's been working for me, so if it's not broke, don't fix it. But I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And my Twitter's in the description box down below, so if you guys want to check me out there, don't hesitate to do so. But with that being said, it's ranked, and I'm out.